All right, happy Friday. Just want to give you a quick thought process of what I go through before I start the weekend. And, we're getting towards the 50-yard line of the year. And a lot of times when we get to that 50-yard line, people start doubting what they're doing. They're doubting why they're doing it. I don't know if they're looking for reassurance or they're looking for their pity parties or whatever. A lot of people tell me they're trying to build a different life. They're trying to build a different business. My question is what have you actually done today to be different than yesterday? Because if you keep doing the same things that you did yesterday, why would you expect a different result? I ask people what they want and they say, I want to make $1 million or $2 million or $5 million. I ask them, how long have you been trying to do that? And years. Have you ever made $5 million? No. Okay, so the thing is it doesn't take years to make $5 million. It takes a decision. And that decision takes a second in your mind to decide that you're gonna make $5 million or $1 million or whatever the number is. The biggest challenge most people have is you haven't decided. You actually have not decided. It's not written down. There's no date on it. We just want to bitch. We want to complain. We want to talk about all the things that we don't have, but we have not done is we haven't decided. There's a fee for everything you do. You will pay the fee. You're going to pay the fee one way or the other. You're either going to pay in time or you're going to pay in money. And it's interesting because people will waste what they value the least. So they will waste their time, years and years and years, bitching and complaining about a problem. But they won't invest in themselves. Maybe they bought a coaching program, but they're not doing what it takes. They just think magically this coaching program is going to help them magically do it. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Programs give you the tools for your solutions. They're not going to jump into your bed and wake you up and pull you out of bed. It doesn't work that way, right? I talk to a lot of people and they're always telling me, Steve, I just don't have enough hours in the day. I don't have any time. It seems pretty simple to me. If what you are doing right now is not working, why would you keep doing it? If what you're doing is not making you money, well, then you have time. You just don't have the priority. So don't say you don't have time. Just say, Steve, making money is just not important to me. Because if it was important to you, you would put down whatever you're doing, you'd stop wasting time, you would stop doing all this stupid shit, and you know what you do? You would pick up the phone, you would start calling people, you would start shaking hands with people, you would do all the things that it needs to be done to actually make money. But yet, we want to be comfortable, we want to do what we've always done, and we want to get a different result. Does that make sense to anyone? You do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You have the time. You're going to spend 12, 14 hours a day anyways. Why wouldn't you spend it making the most that you can per hour, per minute, per second? And the only way that happens is doing something different than what you've been doing. Because if what you were doing worked, well, you would be there already. So I know it's tough. It's a Friday. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to get your shit together. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I need to start becoming the person that I promised my family that I was going to be. I need to be the person that my life is going to be. A lot of people tell me, and you've heard me talk about this on the group coaching call, that people talk about their legacy. Oh, I want to build a legacy. What's the legacy? Oh, for my family. Okay, so you're spending the majority hours of your life, the majority hours of your day doing this for, quote unquote, your family time. If I were to pick up the phone and call your spouse or your children, would they say, yeah, he is living up to that agreement? No, probably not. Why? Because you are either lying to me or you are lying to them. But someone is being lied to. Don't be a liar. If you say you're doing this for your family, put down the phone. It doesn't cost you anything to be with your family and your kids. You know what it costs you? It costs you attention. And that is the one thing we don't seem to want to give. We will be with our families, but we're on our phones. We're doing stupid shit. We're not doing what we promised. So if you are telling me, Steve, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this to have more time. Well, if that's true, awesome. Then do it. But if not, you're lying. So just think about that over the weekend. Start next week with your head on right. Start next week knowing that you're going to hit your goal. It doesn't take years. It takes a decision. And that decision takes a second. Hope you guys have a great Friday. We'll see you.